Hey, what's up guys? This is Still Rain and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be looking at the RaceDayQuads Mach 2 Smart Audio VTX video transmitter with MMCX connector. And pretty exciting, pretty new product. I've had this for about a week now. I've messed with it a little bit, had it on one of my rigs, was flying it around. It's going to be going on a long range 6-inch rig here shortly. And after I go over some of its features and specifications, we'll go ahead and get to that and test some of its heat outputs on its different settings. So what it does come with is, of course, the VTX, as you see there. Pretty small, pretty compact. Some instructions. And an MMCX, or if you get the UFL version, the little pigtail extension there. Personally, this right here is a good option to have, but I'm just going to be plugging in a right-handed Axi MMCX antenna straight to it to keep the weight pretty low and keep everything nice and compact. But excellent addition there. So basically this thing just came out about a couple weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago or so, and it comes in at about $28, $29, not bad, from RaceDayQuads. And I'd like to give a shout out to Tyler Brennan, did an excellent job having this manufactured to almost perfect specs. So we'll go ahead and discuss some of the features. Like I said, smart audio, I mean, that's pretty amazing. Right here is a smart audio pin all the way to the right, and all you do is run a wire from here to an open transmitting UART on your flight controller, go into the Betaflight ports tab, and under peripherals you select the drop-down menu and throw it on TBS Smart Audio, save, and you're good to go. That way you could change the power settings, band, channel, everything with this little VTX. So, you know, in case you're going to put it in some sort of canopied type frame or somewhere inaccessible, or you're just tired of doing the old push button, you know, type of effect, or setting dip switches like we used to years ago, you know, pretty awesome. And MMCX, love it. Gotta love it. It's going to be way more robust and handle heat dissipation a lot better. So next, what I love about it is it features Pitt Mode. Now, Pitt Mode's only accessible through the OSD, so you can only select it that way. Otherwise, as far as I know, there's no way to really do it from the push button here that I know of. It has 25 milliwatts output, 200 milliwatts, 500 milliwatts, and 800 milliwatts. So, I mean, the whole gamut. Pretty much from 25 if you're racing with buddies, all the way up to 800 for long range if you're going to do that, which is what I'm going to be running this on, a long range rig. So I'm going to see how it handles the heat dissipation and what it actually puts out. Hopefully it doesn't brown out or anything if it gets too hot, but I don't see it happening. It does say that you could put from 7 to 24 volts in. So basically from a 2S to a 6S, direct input from a LiPo or, you know, VBAT off a flight controller. It has a filtered 5-volt camera output, which is real good. You know, it's going to keep the lines and any problems out of your video. Now, you know, with the filtered 5-volt. And it's got internal voltage spike filtering as part of its feature set. So I'm going to be testing that out also on my long range rig. It's going to be pretty loud and noisy, you know, all the way up to 6S I'm going to be running it on. So we're going to see how that works out there. Integrated microphone. So up here you'll see the microphone there. Pretty good feature to have. Push button right there. In case you don't want to run smart audio, push button. LED will show you your band, channel, and power output there. And once I get that all hooked up, I'll show you how that works. So let's see what else here. It's also legal for use and sale in the USA, and according to them, it does not transmit on the channels 5645, 5925, and 5945. And even though you'll see it pop up in the menu, it says that if you choose any one of those 3 channels, you're not going to get very good video at all, if any. So, you know, personally, I think the form factor and everything is pretty awesome. What I like about this VTX as well, solder pads, no plugs, you know, nothing. So over here is your, let me see here. This pad over here, upwards of 24 volts, 7 to 24 volts input. There's your ground. So this will be your main power in. Here's your video wire. So you'll attach this to either your camera if you don't want to run an OSD, or straight to your flight controller's video out. So, and then you have both ground and 5 volt. These are the filtered camera outputs right here. Pretty good there. And the most important one there, the audio wire for smart audio. So, you know, pretty compact, pretty small board overall. We're going to go ahead and get some measurements here on this thing. Some of the widest parts. So it's let me see here. Coming in around 20 millimeters wide. Overall length with the MMCX. See if I get a little bit better reading here. So around 32 I'm showing. See if we can get that in the camera there. 32 millimeters. And I'd say its thickest point is somewhere around 7. So pretty tight, pretty compact VTX. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and hook this up on a build, and we'll go ahead and show you some of the features, functions, and before I forget, didn't get the weight of this bad boy yet. So we'll turn it on. Let it zero out here for a second. Coming in at 6 grams, and with the pigtail added, somewhere around 10 grams. So not too bad at all. Pretty small, pretty compact. And let me go ahead and cut, and we'll go ahead and get this thing hooked up. Alright guys, we have it set up now and hooked up to a rig here. And as you can see, the LED's blinking. Everything's good to go there. So, like any other one, the push button, easy, simple, easy to use. You just push it once, real quick, and it'll just start changing your channels. And you push and hold it, and then your bands will come up. So you got A, B, E, F, and race band. Go back to F, what I was on. And if you push and hold it, that number will start blinking. That's the first power output. And there's the second, 200 milliwatts. I believe that's 500, and then 800 milliwatts. Oh, that looks like the channels. There we go. 2, 3, 4. So 25, 200. I believe that's 4, 500, and 800. Well, there you go. That's simple to use the push button. So what we're going to do is go ahead and leave it fired up here on the first power on 25 milliwatts. And this is also hooked up just to a 9-volt supply off of my CL Racing F4S. And we'll go ahead and let this heat up for 5 minutes. I'll take some temperature readings and come back with the video. Alright guys, it's been sitting for about 5 minutes on 25 milliwatts. Get some temperature readings here. And up here where the MMCX connector is usually the hottest area. So get a few readings there. As you can see, its hottest temperature right now is 113. So we're going to go ahead and power up to 200 and come back with you in the video. Alright guys, it's been powered up for 5 minutes on 200 milliwatts. So we'll go ahead and get its reading here real quick. Looks like it's sitting at approximately 135 degrees maximum right now. So we'll go ahead and power it up to 500 milliwatts. Come back in 5 minutes and get its reading then. Alright, it's been powered up now 5 minutes on 500 milliwatts. We'll get the reading here. See how hot it is. Right up here by the MMCX and right in here. And looks like it's sitting at 143 degrees right now, top temperature. So one last time, we're going to go ahead and power it up to 800 milliwatts and see exactly how it's doing. All right, we're going to get the final temperature reading. It's been sitting 5 minutes at 800 milliwatts. And bear in mind, guys, this is worst case scenario. There's no airflow over the VTX like there normally would be. Sitting at probably an ambient temperature right now of about 60 to 65 degrees. So really kind of worst case scenario unless it was the summer. So last reading here, right up here by the MMCX, all around. And it's showing a final temperature of 161. Now the entire time I've been doing this, guys, I've been monitoring to see if any sort of the video's blacking out on my FPV monitor here, and it's been doing just fine, holding a steady 5 volts to the camera, no issues whatsoever. So, you know, I'm pretty confident that this is going to do pretty well inside of this build. I do wish at this point I have an Immersion RC RF power meter coming to actually check the output of both this, the Maytech high volt VTX, and the AKK VTX to see if what they really put out. That should be here within the next week or two. So I'll probably have a shootout between all three and see exactly what they put out on 5.8 gigahertz. And if you guys are wondering, this build here, if it looks familiar, that's because it's the original Immersion RC Vortex 285 millimeter, and basically I've repurposed it for a long range build. I've stripped it of all the original parts. It's running these pretty awesome motors, these Gorilla 1900 kV 2406, and they're going to be running on both 4, 5, and 6S up to a 7-inch prop. So it's going to be long-range build that'll be coming up here shortly, and the TBS Crossfire as well. The JR module and micro receiver is going to be running this bad boy. So really looking forward to seeing how this VTX performs. That should be coming up here shortly, and I'll throw some DVR footage in along with this build. So that's pretty much going to be it, guys. If you like the video, please subscribe, like, and share. And as always, leave any questions, comments, or suggestions in the place below. Thank you. See you guys next time.